All right, ladies and gentlemen, once you have your Calligram about the size you want it, now we are going to make each of your letters into a shape. The reason we're going to make them into shapes is so that we can fill them with some pretty cool patterns and textures or gradients. So the way to use to make them into shapes in Google Drawings, there are two tools you can use. You can use Curve or you can use Polyline. Scribble would be ideal, but it does not work for what we want to do, and I will show you that at the end. I am going to start with Polyline because I found that I like that more for the shapes of mine. Now what Polyline does is when you click, it draws a straight line between the points where you're clicking. And then you can double click to end it. If you double click it close enough, it creates a shape that you can then fill with any sort of shapes that you want. So let's undo here. Whoop. Undo. All right, so now what you're going to do, so I'm taking my Polyline, I'm going to start right here. I am going to click. Now the closer together that you put your little clicks, the less straight, like perfectly straight, the lines look. You can also use this. You can follow your letters. You can tweak it a little bit and change it a little bit too. The closer you put them, the more it's going to look like more of a shape and less of like blocks. So if you only click like once on each corner, it's really going to look boxy. If you don't want your letters to look boxy, you can kind of click. The closer you click, the better it's going to look. So then I click back to my end and my shape is full. Now I'm going to show you how to do the same thing with the curve tool. You can use either or, but you're going to make each one of these in a separate shape. So with the curve tool, the thing that happens is between the two lines, when you put your next click, see how it's curving? If I put them close enough together, I can make kind of a circle. And the same thing, if I click back, it makes it into a shape. So what you can do is you click. Once again, you want to click relatively close together so that your curves curve around. And there, I've got my O. It's still a little blocky, but it is done. So you want to use either the Polyline or the Curve, kind of play around with both. Remember, today's about experimenting. Now, I am going to show you Scribble too, and I'll show you what the problem is with Scribble. Scribble is cool. It means if you're holding down, it draws exactly what you draw. You might want to use this for something, but the problem with using this for here is, one, it is kind of hard to control. As you can see, even mine isn't perfect. Two, even if you bring it back to the beginning, it makes it into a line. It does not make it into a shape that you can fill. So with that, you can change the line. You can change the line width. You can give it also, you can make it into dotted or different things. So you can play with the line shape, but you cannot fill it. And you want really, for this Calligram assignment, you want to be able to fill the pieces. So if we go back and go back to select, I can select one of my others. So you want each of them to be a separate object by the time you're done. So do not use the Scribble tool. Use either curves or polylines. You can use a combination of both if you want, but do all of your letters in curves or polylined shapes.